Good morning, team. Today is November 3rd. Yesterday, Powell spoke. The market ended up pulling back, but besides the fact, looking at the overall economical calendar, so we could prepare ourselves for today, you can see at 8:30, we have initial jobless claim numbers. And then we got a whole bunch of other information coming out, PMI as well at 9:45 after the bell opens. So that's pretty much it for the news for today. Tomorrow we have non-farm payrolls and unemployment information and stuff like that. So just want to keep up to date, check out Market Watch and type in economical calendar. So let's jump over towards the chart today. We're starting off with Boeing actually. Boeing actually had some good news. You can see Boeing basically, they have basically a large amount of expected deliveries for the 737 MAX. So that basically spiked the stock up yesterday, but hit a previous resistance level at 150 and it couldn't conquer that level. 150 was a previous resistance level, not only once, twice, but three times over here. So we need to get above 150 before we could start squeezing up towards 154, maybe even 160, or to the possible downside on the break of the EMA. We're going to need to break 146 and then we can start going down towards 141 over here. So watch out for that. Right now, the RSI is a little bit more on the overbought side on the 180-day 4-hour. If we jump over towards the 20-day is actually crossing down the MACD over here. So we could possibly break the support today at 47 and start basically trucking back down towards 141. So watch out for these key levels, set your alert. This way you guys don't have to keep on checking on it, especially if this is something you're interested in. It's always good to trade stocks with news, especially when the news is moving in the favor of the direction you want to go. Next stock we're going to jump over is to Meta. So Meta is just seeing better days right now. So you can see Meta's overall on a descending step and staircase. You can see every time we drop, we make some type of support drop, make some type of support drop, making some type of support at that 90 level. So we want to watch to see if this 90 is going to hold. It is extremely oversold. You guys know what I always say. It is very risky shorting an oversold stock. So make sure you guys understand that. But you don't want to fight the overall trend with this one, especially if you see on the smaller charts is representing more on the downside, then you could possibly take the play with a tight stop loss. But overall, Meta's sitting at 90. If you jump over toward the 5-year, the next real support is going to be around 85. So from 90 to 85 to the downside, or we could go from 93 to 100, then we could possibly go higher. You see, even the 180-day is very oversold. MACD is crossed up, but we're getting some basically divergence, meaning, hey, we crossed up, but it's still going down. So that just goes to show you how disappointing Meta's earnings was. So definitely want to be cautious with this one. They lost billions of dollars, and their earnings wasn't too great, and it's causing this overall sell-off. Next stock we're going to talk about is Tesla. So Tesla, there's rumors about the overall Cybertruck coming out soon in 2024, I believe, or the end of 2023. So you gotta see how that's going to hold up. We heard these rumors before, but overall, Tesla is moving with the overall market. You can see Tesla has broken its upward staircase pattern over here, and we're basically started trending lower. It's below the 1-year EMA line as well. So we want to watch to see how this thing's going to hold up. MACD's crossed down. RSI is a little bit more on the oversold side. It's sitting on a previous support around that 210 area. You can see it was a breakout area, it was a support area. So we want to see if it breaks 210 to the downside, and then we could retest those 202 levels. And if it does start to go up, there's some key levels we want to watch. But it's very tricky to the upside just because it's sitting right next to that 1-year trade line over here. So we definitely want to be cautious, especially if a stock is sitting near that 1-year trade line. Let me just readjust this line over here. So when we're sitting so close to the 1-year trade line, that line can act as a possible resistance, but we definitely want to be cautious with that. So normally we would go for a long position on the break of the 180-day trade line EMA break, and then we'll basically go long from there. But it's so close from 218 to 222. You could go for it, especially if you're going for a scalp. The safest bet is probably to wait for the break of 223 before you could start basically pushing up towards those 233 levels. on Tesla just to be safe, right? RSI on the 20-day is very oversold, especially after yesterday's sell-off. Maybe we get an intermediate bounce today. You never know what's going to overall happen with the market. But right now, we're seeing a few charts more likely on the oversold side. So definitely want to be cautious with those short positions, especially since the 20-day is so oversold. Sometimes it's good to wait the first hour to let the market settle itself out. Last but not least, looking at SPY, the piece of resistance. So looking at SPY over here, you can see that we're basically on an overall upward trend over here. We did break the 1-year trade line over here. You can see we broke it around 379 to the downside. Right now, RSI is pulling back. We were a little bit close to the overbought section over there, so definitely want to be cautious. We were on a nice uptrend. MACD still hasn't crossed down on the 1 year. So even though we basically broke that trade line, there's plenty of times where we see stocks break the trade line and whip back up, especially if you don't get a full confirmation of bearishness. So right now we do not have full confirmation of bearishness. Even though we broke the trade line, that is just confirmation number one. Number two would be the trade line. RSI is overbought, so that would be number three. But we don't have that MACD crossover to fully send this thing to the ground. So definitely want to be cautious with those short positions, just looking at that 1 year. And even if you check out the 5-year, you can see the 5-year trying to cross up, hasn't fully crossed up yet. So definitely want to be cautious as well. Jumping over towards the 180-day, you can see the 180-day is sitting on a previous SMA over here. SMAs normally act as support when the stock is above it. And right now we are above it. So want to watch to see if we basically get that bounce today. So like I said, we haven't got that full confirmation. So make sure you guys watch out for a possible bounce. If we do break that SMA at 370, we could possibly drop down towards 363. It's a high risk short, being that we're oversold on the 4-hour. If we go towards the 20-day, super oversold on the 20-day as well too. So got to think about it. What's the possibility that the market just crashes today? So let's see what happens. Overall, if you are looking for an upward trend, first break of the 20-day EMA is going to be 374. And we could start basically pushing back up towards that 1-year EMA trade line over there, which is 379. Want to watch out to see if we get that level over there, especially since we're seeing stocks like Tesla, we're seeing stocks like Meta, a lot of key stocks that are in the FANG and overall SPY are oversold. So definitely want to be cautious today before we move forward. So those are the key levels for today. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video. Let me know what you guys are more in favor for. Are you guys bullish? Are you guys bearish? Do you guys think we're going to drop more? Or is this going to be a dead cat bounce where we get one of those, basically it pops back up, hits a resistance level, and makes a bigger low? That is perfectly possible. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.